Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Oops, it's been over a week since I last streamed. Oopsie. Oopsie. Unintentional. Had some particularly bad flare-ups happening in terms of fatigue and shit. Oh my god, Melchi, I forgot your little stream dude was the blue Pikmin. That just brought me immense dopamine hits. Thank you. Oh wow. Yeah. Today, I did want to start December off with Atlas because I got the brain rot for that game, even though I've played like probably under an hour. I really like it. It's very cute and silly and fun. But Bruce got the brain rot for this little game called Road Warden.
Yeah.
Ain't that right?
It's really good.
Seems like it's just like a classic, classic RPG type choose your own adventure style game full of reading and heavy reading games. Take my brain out of my head and beat it into a pulp. So we'll see how long I can last with my brain fog, but I'm excited because it does seem really cool. And there was a review that I saw that made me really want to play it, and it was like one of the only negative reviews that I saw just from my short scrolling of reviews. And it was that the devs made the game woke. And I was like, okay, I'm buying it now, so hell yeah. Yeah, we're gonna play silly little Road Warden. You got any intro you want to give the game, Rio?
I mean, not really. It's like a point and click adventure game mixed with like an infocom game, if people still know what those are.
Oh yeah, I do not.
So you ever heard of Zork?
I think I saw someone in the comments of the reviews mention that game. That's all I know.
Okay. So back in ye olden times, one of the classic type of games was a text adventure game where basically everything was described to you and then you inputted what you wanted to do and then the game would tell you what happened based on what you typed in. And yeah, I grew up with those kinds of games.
Yeah.
So Road Warden was a treat.
Oh yeah.
And it's also very like witchery, which is really funny because the dev is Polish. So
nice.
It's
I need to get into Witcher. Yeah. I have like all three. I think there's only 3 games. I bought like a collection of them on Steam and I just have not touched them yet. I mean, I played a little bit of them, the Wild Hunt, because who hasn't? But I got overwhelmed because the combat system was too big for my little brain. But yeah, GG on the first. Melchi, as always, gamer. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Also, Wyra with the not first hype bandit. I hope your birthday was good. Colossal K VR remake win.
Oh, please.
Oh ho ho. Not the fucking ad break. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like it's not there. I did not mean to take over 5 minutes to start the stream, but teehee.
Grab leaflet.
Yeah. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stick around, but hopefully a solid 2 hours. So we'll just get into it. Also, fun little thing about this game, it has like a different little text box here every time you open it. And today we have Wanderlust is an illness cured by talents and claws. I think that's kind of sickening. Oh yeah. I see the pixel thing that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Ooh, dev support school. Neat.
Yarp, yarp, yarp.
A little bit of fluff whenever the game's launched. Why would you not want that on? Huh. Neat, okay. So, how are we gonna do the reading? Thank you.
If you really want me to, I can read most things.
I mean, it's up to you, gamer. I think you being our little narrator would be sick, wicked, nasty.
Let me get into it.
All right.
Everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a long journey. Road Wardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and, if possible, get rid of the beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well.
Damn. Okay.
I've been reading a lot of this game recently, so
You are the road warden. Leave safety of the city walls, or I still have my doubts. Does this do anything? Oh, okay. All right. We're leaving. Advanced options? Ooh.
Okay. So let me tell you something about this.
Okay.
The way the game is meant to be played is with a time limit.
Mhm.
If you absolutely want to, you can do casual, but I feel like that.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, that breaks up some of the stuff. However, you can, instead of a 40-day time limit, up it to 45 if you want in the advanced options.
Sure.
Yeah, just to take some of the pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't touch anything else though.
Okay. Increase nighttime damage. Only $5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Hi, Gamby. How you doing? Also, let me know how the audio is.
Give me just 1 second before I start reading again.
Oh, also, new silly little Twitch thingy. Oh, I might actually, real quick, move it to the other side of the screen. You can't see it, but it's there. I got the little Twitch lurk bait thing, and it looked cute, so I got it. If anyone wants to type little exclamation mark fish. The only thing I have in there so far as a custom fish is Billy, because I keep forgetting to make little doodles. To add little custom. My plan is to make all of my pals a little PNG fish to put in there, just to be silly with it. Yeah. Whoa. I forgot that was a thing. The fucking throwing. What even is that? Is that a Twitch extension? Man, I think you're the first person to use it. Is that the viewer attack thing? Lol.
LMAO.
Huh. So let me know if you want me to move that little Twitch fishing thing. It should be bigger, smaller, whatever. Oh my god, no way.
What's up?
I caught a Swedish fish.
Oh, sick.
That's really funny.
I wish I had Swedish fish right now.
I'm a bit quiet. Okay. You turned me up then. How's that? I am kind of sitting a little back. Oh, gosh.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm fixed.
We good? We good?
All right. Sorry, I was just updating my react a little bit,
Oh.
as I like to do.
Oh, very nice.
The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk, no trolls. And the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. You had a long day.
Obsessed with narrator Roonious. Roonious. Freedom, I'm running into a weird Twitch chat issue on my end on every channel, but I managed to jank workaround. Weird. Glad you found a workaround though. I'm already having a hard time talking. This is gonna be great. Could just look for another shelter. I need to look around cautiously. I dismount and sneak into the gate. Let's peek inside. I get off the horse and enter the camp briskly. So...
Also, you'll notice in the top right you have a quick save and quick load button.
Oh!
I'm not gonna give you shit for save scumming because I did it.
Yeah, for real. I abuse the fuck out of save scumming so much. I don't care. No voices, no nothing. Camp's not safe. I'm gonna look around cautiously.
Considering the noise, you doubt that anyone noticed the clatter of hooves. The short, dry grasses barely cover the arid soil of this valley, but you're maybe a minute away from the edge of the sparse woods, which can get denser as they climb up the hills. At best, this trail has a few more years before getting overgrown for good. Hard to believe it's the only route north.
Look for another shelter, dismount, sneak into the gate, let's peek inside, and get off the horse and enter the camp briskly. Let's take a little look-see.
Your heavy boots. Sorry.
Okay, go for it, fam.
Your heavy boots hit the ground and the pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here.
Okay. This says, take care of yourself. If you're hurt or exhausted, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher the chance you'll die. No! You'll die in combat. Does this, like... Oh, no. If you die, do you restart?
No.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Doing good.
I actually really enjoy how forgiving the death system is in this game. If you can call it.
Grind to finish my streaming stuff before tomorrow. Ooh. No, that's real. Oh yeah. Points at the word automation. Melchy look. Not my axe. I approach the gate slowly.
If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space, fire pit is cold. 2 people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice a quiet humming. You recognize the melody of a light-hearted drinking song from the city harbor.
So there's only 2 of them and they're tired, so... I'm going in.
It takes them a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes, his beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace, with a head covered in iron, hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it.
They need to hire you as the voiceover guy, like, actually, though. Automation! In other news, I've been setting up something fun. Ooh, that I got on impulse. Ooh! Ooh! Can we have a little description of what you're up to, or is this still a secret thing? If it is, I don't know, but that sounds exciting. Take a look at the second soul.
Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary, yet kind. She smiles. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these 2 surely look the part, though there should be more of them. 8, you believe?
Oh, okay. She seems friendly, because she's smiling. I let them speak first.
It's nice to see an unarmed traveler in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a tiny bit hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong, yet timid. You'll be staying the night with us, I guess. You wanna?
Sure. We're soldiers, he and I.
Adds the armored woman. Her voice switches from half asleep to relaxed.
We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you were to take the first watch, it would be a huge help. Travelers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say?
You think for a moment. Fully rest, you need a good sleep.
Oh, I feel well, so I'm gonna do it. Fantastic.
She rubs her hands together.
I don't remember the last time I had more than a half a night of sleep. The hours before midnight should be the calmest. Just wake us up if anything happens.
The man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug.
I asked them about their lieutenant.
You wonder how to phrase your question.
Whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attitudes. Oh! Hoping to meet with your lieutenant. Can we talk for a bit? Playful. I'm sure you're busy, so if you could just introduce me to your lieutenant. Intimidating. Damn, that's mean. Oh. Ooh. I'm gonna do vulnerable because they're being nice and sleepy right now.
The woman stands up and approaches you. She pays little attention to the sword at her side. Her shoulders are straight, eyes worried.
It'd be me, traveler. Are you in trouble? There's only the two of us here, but if you're lost, we'll take you to the nearby inn right after sunrise. Actually, I'm your new road warden.
Really? Children, the soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece, all by yourself.
Oh, you look exhausted.
Adds the other soul.
Don't you have a mount? I have a horse. It's waiting outside. Shouldn't you unsaddle it?
No,
Wait,
this
who is
you, actually.
this? Oh, okay. I bet it's tired.
A long pause.
I assume you're not here to meet our lieutenant, but rather to get some directions. I'm Tulia, and I'd be happy to help.
She reaches out to you.
Ooh, do I get to name myself? I
Maybe.
feel like that's not a trap. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of a sick name.
Yeah, that's the default, which, I mean, going by most game rules, I would consider that the
Yeah,
canon one. But
Should I just
I
name
mean-
myself Fruity and be silly, or just like keep that?
your playthrough, do what you want.
Should name myself Fruity,
Yeah.
just to be silly.
Her grasp is confident. The shake is slight.
Just keep your horse away from the tents.
She steps away.
We don't need to smell its dung.
Oh, there's one small issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We've no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something.
Problem I enjoyed observing the stars. Well, I should get used to sleeping on the ground anyway. Oh, Ira. Rue's gonna eat me up with the character voices.
I mean, I could do them all if you want. I just...
Nah, I mean, just to be silly. I'm just not, you know. It might kill the immersion.
I'm just not very good at doing femme-presenting
Yeah.
voices.
Oh, that's not true.
You
I
walk through the
couldn't
gate.
say that.
Your mount looks around, snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle with a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh.
Ew.
Horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquest in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost.
Question, palfrey. Is that just another fancy word for horse? I'm not seeing that
I
word.
believe it's a breed of horse.
Okay. Like Jersey was good too. I'll certainly try, but it's gonna be more silly than serious.
A palfrey is a docile horse used for ordinary riding, especially by women.
Whoops. Sure, I'll save while I'm here. Dude. My only
Yeah.
companion here, I want it to feel at ease. I don't care how it feels. That, nope. I like my horse.
Takes a few steps towards you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of his neck, strength and confidence, just the way it likes it. Humans see useful animals, even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. But you know that horses need companionship.
Aw.
Speak to it gently and lead it to the camp.
You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn.
I need to unpack. Pretty much automated everything I could automate so I can focus on the stream, just finishing some bells and whistles. I'm very curious what all it is you're animating. Are you like, or automating, I mean. Like what kind of stuff are you automating for stream? Do you just have like the silly fancy alerts kind of thing? Is that what you're talking about? Very curious to see what your stream's gonna look like, because if it looks like anything else I've seen you make, it's gonna be fucking banger.
Obviously, he's automating the automation.
Yeah.
You haven't brought that many things, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters.
Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions, essential for your trade.
I got excited at sharing the classes. Fighter, I spent my savings on decent combat equipment. I have a fine gambeson, axe made of steel, and a reliable crossbow with quarrels. Oh. Mage, I have a talisman that helps me use my powers, as well as an iron axe and a warm gambeson. Scholar, I carry writing instruments and alchemical ingredients, as well as an iron axe, worn gambeson, and a small healing potion. Ooh. Tell me more.
As a fighter, you'll have an easier time in physical challenges thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. You'll be physically more capable than the other classes, what opens unique opportunities during some social interactions. It's the best class for RPG beginners. The fighter's weakness is their reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available to you if your vitality points drop to 0. The mage uses Pneuma, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can be spent to cast a few humble spells. Magic won't protect you better than a sharp axe, but as a mage, you'll be able to heal faster while resting, detect magic in a mysterious area, distract a beast with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. Using the mage's powers too freely will result in having no Pneuma left when you need it the most. The scholar will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Your character will impress the locals with its knowledge, and you'll be able to read the sparse, written clues without anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than the other classes, but with enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemical mixtures that will help you escape from many dangerous situations.
Ooh, okay. I kind of really want to be a scholar, because I like lore. But... Ooh. I feel like I don't want to be a fighter, just because... I don't know, the mage and scholar just sounds so much cooler.
I did my first run as a fighter.
Yeah.
I don't know, just because it made the most sense for the setting and the job.
Yeah.
But the only one that I don't know anything about is the mage. I haven't touched that at all.
So should we do the mage then?
You don't have to. I mean, I won't be able to help you with some things about it.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
that'd make the experience fun for you too, just because it's new.
So, like the little text says, fighter has like strength abilities that will open up in encounters. The scholar can read,
Crazy.
and you also get access to like alchemy and shit. But let me preface this: the other two cannot read.
Oh.
So you will not be able to read anything on your own. The other two.
I feel like I'm leaning towards mage just because it sounds like it's going to be an easier gameplay experience than scholar, but I don't like the lower stuff. I'll just fuck around. I'll do mage. Why not?
Okay. I mean, you've always got the quick save button.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Wyred, have you seen Pneuma used as a source of like mana before? With the mage.
Oh yeah. In Stoic Thought, the vital spirit, soul, or creative force of a person. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. Bare clothes are still here. Just in case, you take a look at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes. That doesn't make it any more exciting.
Oh. Sure, you're occupied with another task. You can eat food, drink potions, and use your items from this menu. Be sure to click on each new item you receive, as some of them can have unusual applications. Dried meat, crackers, nuts, seeds, fruits, and water, which spoil slowly and don't require additional cooking. Bunch of coins. Ooh, cutting dragon bones into slices.
Yeah, okay, so coins in this world are called rings, bones, dragon bones. Sometimes people call them coins, but any of those will be used interchangeably.
Okay. Oh, magic is unreliable, so you spent a sack of coins to collect a couple of enchanting amulets. They help you focus your pneuma in ways that you don't quite understand. Tools. Sorts of odds and ends that you've taken on this journey just in case. A rain-proof cloak, a set of bone needles and a thread, an iron knife, a blade sharpener, a tinderbox, a couple tallow candles, a bunch of rags used to make torches, as well as a flask of oil, a pair of protective gloves made of thick leather. And my axe. Nice.
Yeah, everything has more lore if you want to click on it, but...
What? Ooh! Axes made of
Yeah.
metals or alloys are among the most common weapons used by travelers. Not as safe as spears, not as fancy as swords, but their powerful strikes can get through animal shells, scales, or thick furs, as well as most armors. They are not great when it comes to parrying, but a single strike may be enough to leave a devastating wound. Still, the vast majority of them are used by lumberjacks, farmers, or carpenters, and pretty much every household in the countryside owns at least one, just in case. Their shapes, sizes, and used materials vary. Heads are made of stone, especially flint, bones, chitin, and massive seashells, while handles are almost always made of wood, antlers, and leather straps. Okay.
Yeah.
Satchel that includes the leather pendant with a single pearl covered with cryptic engravings. You use it for simple tricks involving light. Clean linen bandage soaked in herbal balms. You use it to heal fresh minor wounds. Couple of wooden spears. They get warmer when you put nearby an unusual amount of pneuma. The wand made of a willow branch, particularly filled with quicksilver, helps you channel your magical blast. Your lucky button. Very cool. Pneuma's got a lot of history as a thing. Oh. I have never heard the term. Stop lighter attacks, but not for long. You can fix it in various settlements. Nice. I'm gonna return to the soldiers.
They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at a previously unused end of the table. You can sit down on a tree log.
Alright, let me take a look at their meal. I thank them for the meal, but I don't want to eat with them. I sit down and ask Tulia what she can tell me about this area. Completely ignore the meal. I sit down and speak to Tulia. Well, I'm obviously fucking hungry, so... Ooh. But if I thank them for the meal, do I eat it still?
It says you don't want to eat with them. I assume not.
I'm gonna eat.
It's cold gruel, a meal eaten in times of hardship. This specific bowl is filled with water, hog millet, some strange-looking cereals, and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Road Wardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlement stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, they use their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyles.
Can we get bro in with Audible or some shit? Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality while resting. You can find your supplies in the inventory. Cool. Nourishment. It's just a flesh wound. Real. I eat quickly, not focusing on the taste, and speak with Tulia.
She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts.
I'm afraid I can't tell you. I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should.
She nods towards the other soldier.
As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. Wait.
At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, 1 has run away in tears.
We're also strangers in this land, adds her companion.
Any piece of information may help me do my job.
The man leans forward, his legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick.
I can do those.
Whatever it takes to escape from boredom. Can you?
Magic
right,
tricks?
never mind. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands.
I just dropped the lore that I can do magic tricks. Share what I consider to be relevant. What I've discussed with the officials should stay between me and them.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you could.
Yeah, that's real. Mostly automated tedious crap like shoutouts, controlling OBS scenes, audio, etc. Full-fledged custom redeem system. I'm excited. Can't wait to abuse all your redeems. I'm gonna share what I consider to be relevant because these people are nice.
You tell the soldiers how little guidance you've received. Since this area is too far away from Hovlavan to keep it under control, you were warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits, and monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses, or find what they're looking for?
No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. Also, I really like... I just, like, forgot to mention that's cool that it starts out with just, like, this little out area, and then as you go in, that's really cool. That's really
Lieutenant drinks from a cup, crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position.
Where should we start?
Should I know about the peninsula? Any ideas what happens to the previous warden? I've lost my rope. Could you spare one? What happened to your squad?
Julia, how did you become a lieutenant?
What's your squad's mission? Anything I should know about this camp? If you were me, where would you go next? Before I continue my journey, I need to ask them about the... Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh. Let's start with this.
I will say the game is normally pretty good about letting you get through every dialogue option.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a couple instances I can think of where you can't.
Slay. Is this me? It is.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge.
says Lieutenant.
The voice is gonna change every 5 seconds.
How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I'd guess it would be 3-4 days.
When you confirm, she continues.
From here, you can reach the coast in about a day as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation, why no ships can get here?
You nod. The sea route across Hovlavan allows Hovlavan officials to keep in touch with the coastal villages, collect taxes with the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast, such as this one, is like filling the ocean depths with coins.
Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer.
She nods.
I don't know much about fishing, but there's not much. There's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk.
She pauses. Her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp, but when we travelled to the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they're happy to trade, and to play dice.
Oh, nice. Why not just stay at one of the settlements?
The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we'd have got this road, this camp is our post, and, well, he turns towards Tulia. She lowers her voice.
Don't take it the wrong way, Fruity. But are you a devout soul?
Okay.
This is neat.
Oh,
One of my favorite things about this game, you build your character's backstory as you go through it. Okay. While you take some time to read all of these, I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. Righto, I'm back. Oh, are we on BRB mode right now? Yes, you did. Hi. It's amazing what you can do with little smoke and mirrors.
Unless ads
All
not
right.
over. No, it's okay. It should be good. I think we're good.
Does that mean we get snowflakes?
Yeah.
Okay. I really like the music in this. It's so good.
I listened to the soundtrack when I was going for a walk the other day.
Did you feel epic as fuck?
I just felt nice, you know?
Delightful.
Anyways, do you already read through these?
Yeah. Oh no, I did not read through it. Is that what you just asked?
That is what I just asked.
Also, hello, Shadow. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Okay. Like most city folk, I believe that people should unite their strength to overcome the threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will be judged for both goods and evil deeds. I'm part of the United Church. Oh! For many years, I've supported the monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth, artistry, herbalism, and magical research. I follow the teachings of an order of truth. I'm from a small village. For me, the freedom of shell, pneuma, and soul are the main virtues of my life. My community is unique and independent, and so are its members. I have a place in my fellowship. I have a strong connection to nature and spirits and follow the path of my ancestors. Some of my beliefs may be considered sinister and treacherous by the city folk. You'd probably call me a pagan. There's no evidence of the right's existence, and all the mystical tales are explained by magic. No, I'm not. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, your birthday's coming up. You got any plans? I keep fucking stimming to the inventory. I think it would be interesting just because we're a mage, or maybe like a scholar. Maybe I'd do the no, I'm not, but just because this is our first playthrough, I kind of want to be a part of one of these.
I mean,
I feel like an Order of Truth one would make the most sense with the mage.
it is completely up to you.
Yeah. Nyx is streaming Portal 2 and I'm playing with her. I am not surprised by that information whatsoever, but I hope it's very fun and I'll probably be there. What are we thinking, gamers? Order of Truth or Fellowship, I think, are the ones that I want to go for. Kind of like going with Pagan just because Pagan's a thief.
I don't know the difference between Order of Truth and Fellowship, if I'm being honest. I went with Fellowship my first go around because that one really resonated with me as a person. But you know,
if this were me, I would do Fellowship also, but just with like, I like getting into the roleplay side of things with the classes, and I feel like an Order of Truth would go well with them, the mage too.
well, I mean, roleplay as yourself if you want. It's what I tried to approach it with.
Yeah. I would have been a scholar. I'm kind of whatever. Let's do an Order of Truth. Monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth, artistry, herbalism, and yeah, let's do that. Is this me talking?
Oh, I see.
She hesitantly looks away.
I don't know much about that River of Faith, but I'm sure we're not that different. I'm a Unite myself.
She says with a sort of pride in her voice. So she follows the United Church.
Maybe just explain what you were thinking of.
People here are disquieting.
Every few words, she taps the table with her finger.
The traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials.
She starts to draw lines with her index finger as if she's pointing at an invisible map.
The peninsula is connected with roads like a big circle. In the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan, I don't think, but it has a priest who claims to be an emirate? Eremite?
You nod. She means a fellowship. They do crazy shit, her companion chimes in. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged never return there.
How would it... Do they make axes out of bones or something? That's not that weird. Unless they're just swinging a full intact corpse at a tree. I see.
You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic, pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages. Bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind.
I don't know, they sound kind of sick as fuck to me. Also, hey, necromancy is on the table, Lyra.
Yeah.
You able to speak with these necromancers? How about the east? Any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? That's what I need to know. I'm gonna not ask about the necromancers because I feel like that might scare them off. Let's do the monster one.
We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, treants, cats large and small, runners, owlers, wolves, spiked boars, mouflon eaters, griffins. But we managed to stay away.
Some could catch up with most mounts.
Julia glances at her companion.
Oh, Palfrey should be fine. The trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting amongst themselves. They fight more for food than territory.
Soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast. Just count on luck.
Did I hear you crack your knuckles?
No,
Like,
but you can imagine
mildly?
you did.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll do that. East.
She stares off across the camp.
Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around.
Whatever. We'll do the necromancer thing.
You can see why we're not eager to go there if we could avoid it.
Lieutenant chuckles.
Maybe they'll be more welcoming to a road warden. The roads are dangerous with little to no shelters. People need your help.
Do you realize what your voice is turning into?
No? What are you talking about?
Anyway, we were not eager to go there if we could avoid it. Maybe they'll be more welcoming to a road warden. The roads are dangerous. No, nothing.
Wait. Do that again?
You could see why we were not eager to go there if we could avoid it. Maybe they'll be more welcome.
Who is that supposed to be?
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
No! Who?
If
What?
it's a bad... I'm embarrassed now. The impression wasn't good enough for you to recognize it.
What was the impression of?
Fucking Trump.
Oh.
Your voice is just slowly melting.
Oh. Jumping
Anyways.
promptly.
The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Julia nods.
Belt of the North is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeep or the guards. Ask them about the road.
Yeah, real. Let me get my snack on. Anyone else got treats for the ride? Water and vitamins I forgot to take this morning.
I took mine.
Yeah. But no snacks. I did, like, before starting stream, devour an entire fat bowl of popcorn, so
I'm
Damn.
good for now. That's all I need to know.
She nods.
I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Any idea what happened to the previous road warden?
Tulia takes a deep breath.
I cannot continue doing that goofy, scratchy, silly
You want me
voice.
to? You want me to take over?
Sure.
Okay. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirm that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife without looking for you. At you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave it done. Unlike us, Astarion never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us.
Sending a silly little image to Kamui saying, almost Astarion mention. Ooh, got pancake honey and banana, dude. I might make pancakes and like little fake chicken for dinner tonight.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah. Oh, did we make you those waffles? I can't remember.
You did.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
You
that
made me
next, I
waffles
think.
and pancakes.
We got a Starion in this one. Well, we got a Starion.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're not sure if he said or not.
If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him, or his saurian. Something ate him, I bet. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer road wardens often use four-legged, meat-eating saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but, unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby.
Ooh. Image searching Saurian.
Think, like, crocodile. Kinda.
I'm just seeing a bunch of like dragons and dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's basically a reptile type deal.
Neat. You know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message.
Neither one of us had any insight into his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We almost took a look at Astarion's stuff. Wait,
She raises an open palm.
I almost forgot.
She stands up and heads to a nearby tent.
He has kids in a village near Hovlavan. I was planning to take all his things there. A pouch, a second spear, decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure.
She glances at you.
But I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father.
So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff?
Here's the catch.
She dusts off the hilt of her sword.
We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her.
She sighs with resignation.
We are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us, tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Hovlavan together?
Hovlavan.
Hovlavan. Hovlavan.
You think about your real mission. You're planning to return to Hovlavan in the early fall anyway.
Hovlavan. That'd be a
Hovlavan.
great, like, vocal warm-up. If he's
Yeah.
alive, I don't think he's gonna be happy about me taking away all of his possessions.
Did you notice the real mission bit?
Oh.
You think about your real mission.
Uh-oh.
Anyhow. Who is this?
True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you anything. And who knows? You may just find his shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear mostly. Maybe 5 feet tall, but stout. Long red beard, short hair, pale face. Rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but after he adds nothing, sits down and stretches out her legs. So find out what happened to him. dead, alive, left, just let me know.
Alright.
Take a look at the journal tab.
Yeah.
You need to confirm a note you're editing to save it. Oh, you can.
There are notes.
Oh.
I know that's scary. Here it comes. I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You did something different.
Yeah, I knew what you were thinking about. Before I became the road warden of this peninsula, a man known as Asterion used to patrol these roads. If I managed to find out what happened to him and bring the news to Tulia from the southern camp, I'll receive his abandoned belongings.
Welcome to the main quest.
Yippee!
Kind of.
Previous road warden, he disappeared, my god, a couple of months ago under unknown circumstances. The merchant would like to find out what happened to him. Short, broad-shouldered, red hair and beard, pale, wears mail, rides a four-legged lizard. According to Tulia, he was a bit of a recluse, constantly on the move, looking for work. Since he disappeared before summer, he may already be dead. His kids live near Havalababa. One of the last soldiers left on the peninsula, she is stationed at a military camp in the south. She plans to return to Havalababa in the near future. A city of Havalababa. One of the greatest farmers in the Dragon Woods. I want to go there, in the heart of the northwestern province of the 10 cities. I was hired by its officials and merchants. Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the bestiary.
Whoa.
Yeah. Believe it or not, you will actually need to use this. This isn't just
Kinda
lore.
sickening. Heavenly Havalabad. I forgot how to spell it. Probably a third word after it too, like charlatans or something. Heavenly Havalabad Halloween. Some maybe similar in tone. Saurian is a term as vague as monkey and covers a vast range of four-legged creatures that resemble small dragons. Some of them are hunted for meat, especially the smaller ones, while the larger ones often attack humans, though prefer heavily oh my god, I almost said heavier animals that can satiate them for longer. There are many tales about the unique abilities that some of their group may possess, but they are among the lesser understood creatures. There's still more to learn about them. Can we find out about the bestiary?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spiders,
Look how
trolls,
fucking unicorns,
treants.
bro!
Yeah.
That's sick. Massive beasts covered in thick brown fur are named after the horns sticking out of their skulls, often larger than a human shell. They move. When they say shell, do they just mean like
Shell
Like
is
body?
It means body. Yes.
That's really cool, actually.
I love it. I love it.
Heavenly Havlavalad Heavenly Havlavan's heavy hay. My god.
Heavenly Havavon's heavy hay?
Fun challenge. Leave a voice note in the general chat of my Discord server of you saying that 3 times. They move on 4 legs in dense forests and open meadows, but since they avoid settlements or even commonly used roads, they are shrouded in mystery, with legends and rumors that often contradict one another. Yet unicorns are amongst the most feared creatures of the Dragon Woods, infamous for holding a crucial role in the wrath of the herds. They charge in the front, able to get through wooden and the most stone walls with a single crash, ignoring the wounds they receive in the process. Their part is then done. Other beasts can get inside, not bothering with the defenders. That's kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
Dragonlings are fast and bipedal, often as tall as a human. Travelers encounter their packs near the roads. They're used to chasing their prey, with an extra advantage in an empty field than the forests. They have a thick dragon-like skin, powerful jaws, short hands, and some of them are partially covered with furs. Foxes and such. Harpies. I fucking love. Oh, I love harpies. They look like a hybrid of a goblin and a bat. That's cool.
I like the interpretation of goblins in this too.
Mhm.
They're like basically ape people.
Yeah. These furry critters can move on both 2 legs and on all 4s, and while they resemble apes, they spend most of their time on the ground, capable of hunting for their prey and seeking new temporal shelters. Many people, both in the monasteries of the Orders of Truth and at the marketplaces, argue argue how smart a goblin can really get. It's clear that they can fight with a pointed stick or pick up an abandoned sword, but it looks like they can't even start their own fire nor speak. Nevertheless, some people call their liars camps. Lairs. That says layers.
Liars.
Liars.
Pebblers.
Pebblers are cool.
Like most people, you know quite a bit about pebblers. Maybe the most infamous source of nuance for farmers across the Dragonwoods. They could get as big as a house, oh my god, and maybe just as heavy. From time to time, pebblers look for some unusual tastes like meat or honey, which can encourage them to bother human settlements. Once they get used to a specific spot, like an unfenced farm or forest garden, getting rid of them may be a huge endeavor. There are but a few blades able to cut through their thick skin and durable bones, and a single mistake may put them into a furious charge, and then encourage them to look for human dwellings to tear them down in revenge.
I heard
Sick.
someone, or read someone, say that they imagine pebblers as like giant ground sloths that have like rhino hide. I kind of fuck with that interpretation.
Yeah. That's really cool. I can read some more of these later.
Knoll mention.
Was there a Knoll in here?
Yeah, to the bottom of Beastfolk.
Oh, yippee!
Wow.
Yeah. So, if you were curious about what the fuck Wrath of the Herds
Yeah,
is,
that's immediately what I was like, Whenever the Northerners interfere greatly with nature in a short time span, oh my god, by clearing the forests, making roads, creating new fields, killing large amounts of wild game, especially during seasons other than spring, the wild creatures, from rodents to dragons, join forces to remove the threat. The animals can't get through the walls of the 10 cities, but the state doesn't have the power to just expand its control as it pleases. The territorial expansion of the Northerners is extremely slow, and every city has at least 1,000 years of history behind it. This phenomenon doesn't occur in other parts of the world. Oh.
the
So,
forest got hands.
yeah, that's kind of fucking badass. Wow. Wow.
There's lore.
There's lore. Oh my god, there's even more? Winged hourglass sounds cool.
Wonder where.
Oh my god,
might
is
be
that
able
what
to be
you
one of
drew on your
those.
little dude?
Maybe.
That's cool. Most
Thank
common
you.
holy symbol used in the north representing the vanity and triviality of life. Decorates jewelry, tombstones, and weapons. The most appreciated are the ones made of animal bones or a high-quality steel. Ooh. Plenty of people who don't follow any type of religious beliefs. In some places, atheists are the majority, while in others, they are treated as pagans, protect themselves by participating in religious rituals despite their lack of conviction. Pagans. Rites followers see the other religions as paganism. The United Church oppressed pagans' beliefs in many ways, including military raids. Some areas, especially the villages set far away from the cities, still follow the beliefs of their ancestors, even if they have to keep it a secret. Some of them are indeed limited to a single tribe, but there are also popular ideas that reappear in various shapes across the entire realm. Some communities praise minor deities connected to specific trees, hills, or rivers, while others tend to focus on a living in harmony with nature or on practicing strict set of rules following an archaic conservative lifestyle. Even though most pagans condemn blood sorcery, it's common for shamans, druids, and witches to practice necromancy. Some practices can get dark. Animal or human sacrifices are considered especially appalling. A number of pagan settlements, as well as those that merge paganism with the teachings of the fellowships, have been increasing ever since the southern invasion reduced the influence of the United Church. The settlers from the south also bring their own traditions. Very cool. Thank you for lurking, Gamby. I hope you have fun working on your stream stuff. I'm excited to see it. Hey, did you get the heavy hay? Lord.
Goodness gracious.
Sure, but it was a nightmare getting through the Havlavan Halloween house to throw down. Holy shit. Ooh, let's read this one. Do you want to read one?
I can
For
if you want me to.
for shits and giggles.
The people of the land see a correlation between magic and breath. They describe all living creatures as empty shells filled with pneuma, the life force sustained by breathing. They believe that creatures who use magic do so because of their souls, a unique identity held in their shells, which turns Numa into something greater. That's why almost the entirety of magic is used through speech and breathing. Thus, all living creatures use Numa, but only a few are the soul carriers, humans and spirits, such as the deities living in the forests, demons, or ghosts. All of these ideas are in some way lacking when they are confronted with reality. Some believe that dragons, goblins, beast folk, or howlers do possess a soul, while others distinguish between souls of a higher and lower rank. It's not clear why some humans can cast spells by gestures alone, or why animals don't rise as the undead, or why a small number of humans can't use magic at all, while the others have unusual talents. The various views and interpretations are not just a part of an advanced theological debate, but also shape stories and laws. Right churches don't consider magic to be different from any other human activity, while minor religions believe that it's either an essential part of nature or a divine domain.
Do you think sign language is dangerous in worlds like these? Best note.
Real.
Neat. I'm gonna go here. Yes. Okay. So we went through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see
Ooh.
that thing that you have now in your inventory?
Hidden. Oh. Oops. Steel pendant hanging from a leather strap. It's common to wear such jewelry to demonstrate one's allegiance to the right.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can actually put that on and take it off. Can't do it right now because you're in a conversation, but
It's really
whenever
cool.
you're not occupied, you can.
I've lost my rope. Could you spare one?
You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back nonchalantly to sound on. Whoa. Take it. I was planning to leave it behind.
It's so nice. I take a closer look. Ooh, a fine rope, a regular rope made of hemp fibers. I take it and offer some food in return. I'm 5 for 0.
Julia nods. For now, you leave the rope on the table.
I would give her food, but I don't think I have that many foods. Ooh, we got an
And
ad break.
2 ratchets. Oh boy.
Can I go over here?
Yeehaw! That. Also, really funny, the words on stream started with remote spelled out in the scramble. Warm tea. It is. So is moat. Four letters or more. More. Bop. Yeah. What about warmth? We need one more. I think this is a word. Oh, also this is a word. I don't know. Oh my goodness, I see that. much longer on the mats. Oh, sick.
Yeah. Ugh. My God. Okay. I forgot to mute the game audio. So
That's
I hope
fine.
the Christmassy music and Road Warden weren't mean on the ears. Okay. What happened to your squad? Let's just go through them all, whatever.
The man shrugs. Bandits happened, and monsters. A strong band, though. His companion chips in. When we got to the peninsula in spring, we saw some people living in this camp. The lieutenant decided to avoid it and look for an inn. We had to travel through the night for a bit. The bearded skull just softs and crosses his arms, but she carries on. If he had decided otherwise, we would all have died that day. The innkeeper explained that the camp is a trap, that the armed ones pretend to be soldiers. Stay there at night, lose everything you have.
Sounds like slave hunters.
Tulia sighs. Very much so. They killed some, took others away, who knows where. They were letting the Northerners go, hoping to avoid their wrath. It kinda worked, adds the soldier. We asked them for help, but they refused. We had to clear the entire camp on our own, and that's why 3 of our people died. Don't exaggerate. It's not like the lieutenant didn't make a mistake. He wanted to get rid of them and take over their camp, but we didn't know our enemy well enough. We were outnumbered, and they had an ice mage among them. She looks at you. At least we cleared the road. Saved lives.
You mentioned monsters as well?
Nothing that would surprise you. Those of us who survived the skirmish were young. Too inexperienced to spend a summer in this place without a good leader. They didn't trust me. One of them got caught by a treant. Another one ignored my orders to perform some sort of a ritual hunt, so a werebear tore her to pieces. The last one tried to act tough, didn't tell us that he had a cut in his hand while cleaning his gambeson. She lets out a ghastly chuckle. We had to cut it off, and he was so ashamed that he decided to walk north, find a new life, disappear. Idiot.
Damn.
What a colourful journey. The man tries to drink from his mug, but it's empty.
Oh. You've made this place safer.
Barely. Tulia seems tired. And who knows if it was worth the lives and effort.
How did you become a lieutenant?
That's not much of a story, honestly. She looks at her hand, which is currently rolling a mug over the table. In the city, there's a strict order of... what should I call it? She exchanges looks with her companion, but he can't help her. Well, leadership succession, I guess. Havlavon chief selects commanders, those select lieutenants, and those put their soldiers in order of priority. If a lieutenant dies, they get replaced by the next soldier in line.
So you were his successor?
Nah, not exactly. When we fought the bandits, a lieutenant was hit by a slingshot.
Oh.
His boyfriend jumped to help him, but failed to protect either of them from a spell. It was like a ball of ice that hung above them and exploded, piercing their heads, completely avoiding their shield. Really unpleasant. She pauses.
Damn. Jumping like that to save a man in the middle of attack doesn't sound like a wise decision. You were the third and one in line, is that right?
Basically, yeah, she says without enthusiasm. I didn't plan to become a leader there. I'll get demoted once I return to the city. I prefer to follow anyway.
What's your squad's mission?
The lieutenant looks into your eyes. You know, the usual. Making the roads safe, keeping people alive.
I explained that it may be important for me to know what they have tried to accomplish.
I can't really tell you. You sense no hesitation. Do you have any other questions?
She doesn't trust me enough to tell her about her squad's mission. No! Probably because I didn't give her the food rations. Anything I should know about this camp?
The story is brief. Some merchants built the camp to have an extra stop for mules and donkeys, just between the inn and the southern villages. There's plenty of grass here and a pond nearby. When the peninsula grew more dangerous, the camp stood abandoned, from time to time serving as a shelter for travelers. The bandits came here in spring, further paralyzing the exchange of information between the northern and southern settlements. Since these highwaymen are no more, the situation may reverse. Time will tell. You can sleep here wherever you want, the man concludes their tale, though don't expect to wake up without pain in your back.
Where would you go next?
The soldier answers quickly. To the inn, of course. He grabs his empty mug. The one northwest from here. If you can't afford the room, main hall is free of charge. The locals rarely gather there. The northern road is much more travelled, mentions Tulia. But the hunters will tell you about this and that, and you'll have a chance to introduce yourself. The innkeeper can listen, and knows many souls.
Oh. Any tips on how I can make a good first impression on him?
She smirks. Avoid cheap jokes, stick to trade, don't waste his time. Show him that you can be relied on.
Okay, it's getting late. We should prepare for the night. I'm gonna... Inventory? Where is it? Journal? Notes. New note. Innkeeper doesn't like jokes and small talk. Confirm.
Yes.
Okay, it's getting late. We should prepare for the night.
I agree, Tulia says with relief. And you may do better than Asterion did. Or may you do better than Asterion did. Stay vigilant. She winks at you, shattering the mask of a soldier.
Thank you for your help.
You go to the barrel and splash water on your face, which makes you even more aware of how much you need a bath. After the night, it will only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down.
That's cool. Stay tidy to have a better chance of influence on others.
Mm-hmm.
You don't stand out from the crowd, you won't get much cleaner without a proper bath. That's crazy. I prepare for my watch.
The soldier in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. There's this one really loud were-elk that keeps smelling the wall. Oh, it's never tried to get in. He points at a gate. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. And if there's someone who's being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. He scratches his head. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire. And the best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket up there or something.
The watchtower?
He gives you a long, puzzled look. Oh, here. He points at the pile of crates. Just climb up to the tallest one. You'll have a great view at the northern side, the more dangerous side. And also, I know you're tired after all that riding. He points at the tent on the other side of the camp. I can handle a couple hours sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and rest, just this once. At least I have a pallet inside.
Ooh. I do feel well, but I don't know how long I will feel well. Oh. I'm gonna take him up on that. I smile. Thanks a lot.
You put your blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. The night is warm, but the sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. From time to time, your back arches, aches, and you have to force yourself to keep your eyes open. The light of the moon helps you focus on the tall grasses. For most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, you see 3 horned deer trying to challenge one another. Before they clash their antlers, a 2-legged dragonling appears, leading its much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides walk away slowly, not willing to risk the fight, nor to admit their defeat.
Don't let it distract me. I keep looking around. Me when I arch my back.
You hear the death screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. Runners are chasing a grey hare. A group of musk oxen lazily chews the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. Thankfully, you never have to intervene. You just sit there, watching the not-so-distant forest, trying to outlast your sleepiness. You can only guess how much time has passed.
Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent, waking up the bearded man with just a couple of words. You confirm that nothing important has happened.
Kind of want to read. Runners and muskoxen? Okay.
Muskox, I think, are just muskox.
Oh. Bestiary runner. Where's runner? Runners. Yeah. These birds, are usually larger and taller than humans, but there's not many of them left. Like all birds, they move on 2 legs, but their wings are very short, and it's... Oh my god, the animal noises are crazy. But their wings are very short, and it's anyone's guess what their actual purpose is. Travelers often encounter these creatures near the roads, but they also do well in the woods. Their beaks are as large as a human's head, and their strong necks allow them to easily get through their prey's skin. An unarmed soul would never be able to hurt one of them, but blades, especially those made of steel, pierce them easily. Guess they're just like ostriches or something.
Yeah.
I gather my things and squeeze into the tent. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the pallet, and cover myself with my cloak.
Sleeping in a tent is not the stuff of dreams, but it's much welcome rest. The pallet keeps the cold soil away. The moonlight saves the outside world from the eerie gloom. You listen to your own breath, find a comfortable position. Your job starts tomorrow.
I focus on the real goal of my journey.
The Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations of Havlavan, officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers? Be a threat to the priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery?
At least I have time. 45 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can.
Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Havlavan. There, you'll be able to report you to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue.
Ooh. Options! Havlavan. I need to gather some extra coins so I can save my sibling from debt collectors. Giving very much real life vibes there. I need to gather some extra coins so I can retire early and live in prosperity and safety. If I gather enough connections among the local leaders, I'll use them to become a major player in the Merchant Guild. I want to be remembered as the soul who brought peace and order to this realm, a hero. Did you pick this one?
I'll tell you what I picked after you pick.
I just want to help people, make this region safer for the locals and newcomers alike. I need to find my new life. I need to find a new life for myself. I have a difficult past, and I want it to be forgotten. Ow. This is hard, because these all kind of go hard.
Right.
I'm a mage. Don't know if that really helps me make a decision here. Let me gather some extra coins so I can retire early as real as fuck. I kinda... I don't want to do the Merchant Guild one.
Up to you.
No, I hate that. I hate when things are up to me. I don't know. So, okay. The ones I'm flip-flopping. Merchant Guild. New Life. Debt collectors. Should I just flip a coin?
Yeah, flip a 3-sided coin.
Yeah. Coin flipper. Okay. So, heads will be Merchant Guild, tails will be New Life. We got heads. Okay.
Hey.
Merchant it is.
I went with New Life.
Oh, okay. New shelter
Your,
unlocked. New entry. Gain influence.
your half-asleep senses are catching the sounds of the wild forest. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious, though the pleasant, humid late summer air evens it out slowly. You're thinking about your goal, but you need to gather your strength.
All I can do now is rest.
So we got Numa now. You can use your magical amulets to cast minor spells. Gonna do a little chick save. Sleep! Sleeping in a tent. You can spend the night in a borrowed tent. It's nothing special, but it will protect you from the wind and rain, and the ground won't be painfully hard nor cold. Cool. You don't need to eat now. Okay. Time to snooze. Oh, that's pretty.
You take a look at your amulets. For most people, they would be nothing more than trash, but you wouldn't sell them for a pouch of dragon bones. You use them to shape Numa to your will. With these little mementos, the few spells you're familiar with are far more reliable. Who knows? Maybe there's already some power held in them. You look at the old, though clean bandages that remember dozens of herbal balms and wounds. You can put them on your hunting muscles, hurting muscles, bruises and scratches, then hum an old song about time, which either heals all wounds or kills us too soon to let us bother with our problems. After a few hours or so, linen will warm up, confirming it did its job. The tent may have not been much, but your spell would make you feel as good as new, though you'd lose some of your energy.
Huh. Okay. So this old song about time will either heal us or kill us? Interesting. Don't need to restore my Numa tonight. I perform the ritual. I keep my soul stronger than my shell. I'm gonna do this soul stronger than my shell for now. I don't want to get too hasty.
Too hasty.
Too hasty.
You're woken up by sunlight, well rested and ready. Without haste, you gather your things. After only a couple of breaths, you notice a weird smell like roast. No, burning meat. Burning, rotten meat.
Ew.
Disgust crawls into your consciousness. You exit the tent. Your horse is looking around nervously. Your bags are where you had left them. You see an open gate.
Go outside to see what's happening.
Both soldiers are standing near a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemplatively. Tulia is the first one to address you. Fruity, she greets you with a nod. We use the horse as manure for the flames, so don't worry about cleaning it up. You see a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or a female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple more hours.
I can't imagine how bad that smells. A traveler or an undead?
The latter. A young one. She lacked the Numa to understand that she couldn't get inside a camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear from a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog, she'd be a real threat. Even now, it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Sooner or later, every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours and each moment it spends in the fogs. Burning the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even road wardens. Making a large pyre takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Tulia calls this undead a she. Most unites hesitate to do so.
Interesting. You remember seeing fog in the thing. See groups of places.
Me under glossary, probably.
Yeah.
Fogs, yeah. It's up at the top.
Fogs appear in every season aside from spring, but the majority of them occur in autumn. They are feared and hated by the northerners, since whenever they touch a dead human shell, they awaken it. It's unknown why this happens or why it doesn't affect animal carcasses, but the common understanding is that the fog itself contains dense pneuma, which then spontaneously fills an empty human shell, replacing one's soul. Humans can replicate this effect thanks to the forbidden art of necromancy. Fogs also increase the potential of spellcasters. The fog is power, the tablets say, and while most people stay inside their homes while it's around, it makes casting spells easier by supplying wizards with pneuma. I always want to say pneumonia. During foggy days, the magical potions are easier to brew, golems act faster, and the blood magic becomes less demanding. Dead.
Undead are also in the bestiary
cool.
if you're curious.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Any breathless human shell touched by a fog
My goodness.
or by a spell of a necromancer wakes up as a bloodthirsty beast. They seek Pneuma to grow stronger, may it be waiting for other foggy days or by collecting it from the dead. The more magic fills their new form, the greater their intellect and capabilities. They start using weapons, mechanisms, tools, even magic, and start to use a human-like speech. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Time for me to leave!
Running away from the reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Asturian. There's enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. These words make you stop. An old farewell, mocked in a number of songs and tales, but yet you hear no scorn in Tulia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you're going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to the pyre.
Huh. Yes, so people are just fucking mean. Oh, my face is dirty.
Yeah.
And I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That's not good. Prepare myself for the journey. Ooh.
You somehow missed the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. You double-check the equipment, but you don't need to fix anything. Soldiers were diligent. Normally, preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a lot of time. Put on your gambeson and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt. Then get in the saddle. The palfrey knickers, ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroads, north from here.
I need to travel north. Travel forward to continue your journey. Once done with the north, speak to Tulia to return to Hablavavavlan. Very neat. Travel north. Ooh.
Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by the distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the path. You soon find the pack of four-legged griffins. They're larger than foxes, and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is of a different size, coat, and color, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. About 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path.
I don't know if it's your narration helping a lot, but this writing is fucking banging.
Yeah, it is.
I consider my options.
You can't enter the forest blindly. These or other creatures were to chase you, the thicket would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travelers stay as close to the main roads as possible, and why adventurers move in groups. Usually, the safest approach would be to stay where you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up to a couple of hours. You're thinking about your conversation with Tulia. You've got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence.
Okay. If you have enough Pneuma, you can cast spells to acquire unique interactions. To access unique interactions. The dice icon marks the actions that involve a random chance. Take my axe and hurry the horse. If we ride fast enough, we should be fine. I should stay here. Better safe than sorry. Oh no. Okay. These or other creatures were to chase after you, the thicket would be disastrous for your horse. Because it specifically mentions you're thinking about your conversation with Tulia, you've got a lot to do and time may be of the essence. I kind of want to try this, but I'm going to do this.
Make sure you click on the Pneuma icon in the... Yeah.
Oh! To restore Pneuma, you need rest. To grab an amulet and shape a missile of light. A harmless flail will frighten them off. Oh my god, let's go.
You grab one of your oldest amulets, a pendant made of leather and a single dim pearl. Little spheres covered by cryptic engravings, but if there's any special meaning behind them, you were never able to find out what it could be. Holding the pearl between your fingers, you feel the pleasant, familiar warmth. The spell you're about to cast is not much more than a mere illusion, but But you take a couple of breaths, trying to minimize any risk of failure. The pneuma leaves your shell, formed into a white ball that you barely comprehend. When it falls next to the griffins, for a couple of blinks, it emits a dazzling light. The animals squeak and snarl, fleeing in multiple directions at once. The road is now clear.
I ride forward and enjoy the touch of my pendant. It cools down slowly. At least we got 4 left. Let's go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find a safe inn by turning left. The forest to the right is lush, and the trail overgrown. Kids used to have this song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? The signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It was put here by someone who can't write, for folks who can't read. Covered in old, red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say. Danger to be found. There's not a soul to ask for guidance.
I look at my horse. Also, character sheet. Rudy, the road
While you're
warden.
looking at this, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick.
Okay, go piss, girl.
Achievement thing's pretty solid. After years of practicing with axes and magical amulets to build connections among the leaders of the North, I am to become a major player in the Merchant Guild. I fear I might just, like, turn myself into a tyrant fucking mage guy, because that just sounds kind of silly fun, and I like being a stereotypical villain, but I can't do Tulia dirty like that. I feel like I want to be nice. Cleanliness 1 out of 3. No combat experience, no spared animals. Oh, depending on your belief, saving and sparing animals either makes you a weakling or soothes your soul. Aw. Religion seeker, a member of the Order of Truth. Faith undetermined. Oh my god, it even tracks your lies. Lying gives you quick benefits that may turn against you after some time. Some lies are difficult to pull off from an inexperienced liar. Sewing experience, gambling experience? This is fucking nuts. Also, ad break. That's crazy, dude. That's really fucking cool how much shit they packed into this. Going over to this.
Beep beep. Hello. What'd you find out about the character sheet?
That's what I found out. Lies, sewing experience, and gambling experience is fucking crazy.
Yeah. And they're all useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one didn't count, Lyra, for sure. Oh, we're hungry now. That's really cool. Okay. I take a look at my horse. Oh! You can name your horse? Rudy.
Yeah.
Wait. How can I merge the word horse and brew in the dumbest way possible? Hmm. Okay, perfect.
You know, I named mine Dex. If that.
Oh, well, that was just feel bad.
Sorry, eating pumpkin seeds.
Mm-hmm. Now I have sound. Oh,
Yeah.
Rooney Horse is so much better. I did just
Gross.
save. Wait, I'm gonna go back. Hang on. What? Why can't I? Oh, that's
If
quick.
it was a big save, you have to go to settings.
Settings. Load. This one. Yes. I look at my horse. Okay, I'm doing a Rooney Horse. So dumb. Confirm.
About Paul Fru. Sorry. Anyways.
Damn it. Do I have to go back again? That one's better. Going back. Yes. Fall through like that? Oh my god, fall through.
Yeah.
Perf. Much better.
Paul Fru is peaceful as you stroke its mane. Maybe it can't help you choose a path.
But you've spent many years together. Happy to go on. It takes a couple steps forward. You spot a few berry shrubs and wild cabbages, but they still need at least 2 weeks to gain maturity.
Time to make a turn. Ooh. One more load. Okay. Me doing laundry.
Real.
Real.
My name is Fruity. I used to be your page.
Okay. Rough time.
Yeah.
Ooh. So. Oh, is
So
it just
danger
gonna
in
be
the
random?
east.
Okay.
And I think they told you the inn was in the west.
Let's go west.
I really shouldn't eat during a stream where I have to read a lot.
It's okay. ASMR.
Paul Fru trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. The bird songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which gets sparser and brighter. You spot boars, roe deer, and saurians. The sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you, but once you push your hips forward and your palfrey enters a canter, the beasts don't even begin a pursuit. The speed alone will protect you from many dangers. You notice a stone tower, taller than the trees.
My palfrey enters a canter. Must be the inn I've heard about.
Inns like this one fit the regions traveled by merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place of this size in a forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away, and the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet, subsisting on salted supplies. There are seemingly no cracks in the wall, and the building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could ride if not in the buildings, could hide if not in the buildings, then at least in the yard. The expenses and labor put into this fortress were worth many trading ships. 3 armed people on the ramparts, though you only see what's above their waistline. They're leaning on the parapet, right next to the gate, and you think you notice a glimpse of a smile. They wear gambesons, each one of them dyed differently. Yellow, green, and linen grey.
I approach the gate.
A woman in yellow armor leans forward. She has long, curly, disorderly red hair, pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colors doesn't work at all. In the woods, one would have to shout to draw this much attention. Still, there's a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly.
I haven't seen a horse for years now. I just said it was weird to see such a large jackass, huh?
Her voice is young and strong, with an accent that reminds you of the villages spread around Havlavon.
But no jackass would wear a saddle, I'd say.
She exchanges a few words with a male guard wearing green. giving you time to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveler, how hard is it to ride a horse?
Get this bitch on Audible! Let's be, they're being playful. I'm gonna be playful. I'm gonna do a quick save. Oh, definitely don't want to let them ride on my palfrey. Yeah, we'll be silly. I laugh. You wouldn't believe it. The lessons were a pain.
You get off your horse and imitate the silly walk from the day that followed your first long journey, when your whole shell was crying. You illustrate the pain as you move your hand from your back to hips, then thighs. In return, the guards tell you about that time when they had to carry their friend with bitten-off legs for 3 days straight, through the heart of the woods. Meanwhile, the other guards open the gate. You may be in a good mood. The woman in the yellow jacket smiles at you. But don't get so noisy when you talk to our boss. The man never smiles. He has the world's suffering sculpted on his face. She leads you under the roof. Under which your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post near some old hay. Once you're ready, go inside, speak with our boss. Maybe you're hungry. The other guards take care of various chores. They peek at your mount every now and then, as they're splitting firewood, cleaning their clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. 2 of them are making a rope. You head towards the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard.
I open the door.
The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floors near the stairs, but after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. You're lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft, with a city-like accent. He sees you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I've a keg of decent ale. Wormwood, bog myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills the mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon. Today, maybe. But we don't drink here before the even. I hate to see the good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare even among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square.
I stand at the counter. I see.
Save.
The planks let out a creak after every step you make, so you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. But just so you know, my pelt of the north doesn't belong to Hovlavon. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I'd need to check.
Okay, so won't stay here for long. I introduce myself. Not here to pay compliments, to piss in a mug. I'm a road warden. I'm looking for answers. Yeah, I won't stay here for long. I introduce myself.
He nods and fills another mug, this time with water. I guess there's no point in waiting for a Astarian, then. I'm glad to see someone taking his place. Even my crew here hits the road only if they need to see the healers of Howler's Dell. They're more than resourceful. A road warden is always going to find work here, in the north. Though maybe not on the eastern road. He takes a mouthful of water and drinks it with a pleased sigh. There are no guests here at this time, or hardly ever. I can take a short break. For a brief moment, he meets your eyes.
Drink the ale. I ignore the ale and tell the men I have a couple of questions. Gonna drink it. Hopefully he likes me more.
The dark room and wooden walls of the mug make the liquid look as brown as a chestnut. The lee in spring hits your nose, and the first sip is even too complex, too flowery. When the brewer has used fancy ingredients, the exotic licorice ruins the aftertaste. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. The innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe you'll help me with a worrying thought I have.
Which is?
There are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike. But they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs, and I've no doubt they're the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging the pause. I want you to reach Howler's Dell, northwest from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Thias, the mayor, about Glossia, that bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glossia's ready to break the truce with the locals, I'm willing to join forces with them to get rid of her band. He looks at a nearby dragonbone. Not too different, right? Difficult, right? Just do it when you have the chance. A couple of days won't make much of a difference. I'll pay you 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine?
Who? Quick shave. 3. Yeah.
Nods with a smile. What else did you need?
Stay. Okay. Eat something. Do you have any leftovers? I am hungry. Do this.
Yes, I feed them to our boar. I don't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full. You'll be done in half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyway. And I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's a long, curved claw, almost black.
Awesome. Alright. Reach for the tools. Half an hour? That's quite a lot for berry picking. Won't do that. Do I look like someone who forages for berries? I'm gonna do it.
The tools are cold, not too heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. Ah, the berries are not a problem, the innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes. Better scare them away with a stick, or move them with a hook. And protect your hands. Little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient.
Alright. I have other questions.
What do you need?
Oh my god, look at you!
Hmm.
New trader unlocked.
I can go and pick up a few things for you. Some food for your travels to start with. Apples, nuts, sausage. Not too many at once. We need to maintain our supplies. I've got an elk fur I don't need. Its buyer was caught by a pack of red wolves. Nice for a sleeping spot. Just as nice for a wall. An almost untouched bowl of soap. Priceless for a traveler. You can't tell if he's being sarcastic. Made of fine oak ash. Strong, though you should have some better supplies before you start your own bathhouse. After you mention you'd like to have something more useful on the roads, he looks down. I don't have any blades or armor to spare, but if you pay well, you can take one of our crossbows and a bunch of quarrels. A yew-bow, wool cords, and the trigger just needs a little bit of oil. It's as good as you can get without soaking it in magic. Takes a bit of muscle to draw, but even a 16-year-old could handle it. I won't sell it cheap, but I'm ready to give a discount to a helpful ally.
Ooh, okay, I kind of do want the soap though, because I'm stinky and I want to be merchant dude. Take a look at what you have first.
A box of soap.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till we do his little task before buying, because then he might give us a discount of some kind. I don't know. Looking for Astarion, the previous road warden.
Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be of much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat.
But I do want you to find him, so. When asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Astarion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins, my half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist, anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to the guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news.
Wow. Could be that Astarion stole the coins and ran away.
He looks at a window and starts to play with the shutter. I just think Astarion isn't the kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him, it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for a road warden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. Of us travelers, I've sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in White Marshes for a day. It's meant to do something for the people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs, then enter them. You may get there before dusk. So, let me know once you find anything, and we may yet return to this whole investment thing.
I'll think about it. Oh, Glossia's banned.
He freezes, observing your hands silently.
Wants me to get the answers from the mayor of the Howlersdale. I'm on it. Any rumors worth sharing?
He crosses his arms. I don't like to talk about people who aren't nearby. But you know what you're doing. Who are you wondering about?
Tell me about... Ooh. That's cool. I don't know what I'm wondering about. Any recommendations?
I mean, any of the names that have popped up that you want to ask about?
More about Arian, but he did give us what our okay.
Well, not a large man, though broad-shouldered. Red hair and beard. I don't know what to say. He raises a muscled arm and places a hand on the back of his head. He was a fine fellow, but I doubt he's alive. He always tried to stay away from things, let's say. People knew him, but he didn't really have allies. Maybe the locals know what happened to him, yet decided not to help him. Or they wanted to get rid of him. He leans forward, looks at his boots. Astarion was a fine man. A quiet one, but not dumb. He aided me many times, not for free, of course. And when he couldn't finish the job, it was for damn good reasons. And you know what? He looks you in the eyes. He was scrupulous, patient. I'd be shocked if he died because of some mistake of his. Maybe the bandits got to him, why not?
They were lovers. And they were roommates. That's strange.
And they were roommates.
That's all I need. Go outside.
You step outside. Palfrey is napping. At this hour, the armorer's workshop is closed.
I should go outside and forage for berries.
The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you as they're closer, the jabs of the hook keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They're round and reddish. You wouldn't trust such a color even if you were looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh, so you make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket, but the presence of insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax.
Maybe I should have asked him about what berries he wanted. Gather the berries and go back to the inn.
You've returned to the courtyard. Two of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish. Their wrestling is accompanied by a crowd.
I enter the inn.
The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the wall. Several guards are eating gruel and talking with the innkeeper at the stove. So, you again. Eat anything?
I put his fruits on the counter.
Great. He peeks inside the bucket. I've got a cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to merchants if there were any around. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. And like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky, and I've been cooking my whole life.
Hell yeah. Thanks.
And how did that old hook of mine work out for you? I see you still have your hands.
Oh. I don't want to lie to this guy. I feel like he'd beat me up. Like to buy it from you, give him the hook. I'm fine. Let's just give it to him.
He takes the tools from you and nods. Need anything else?
Okay. Show me your wares. Can I just buy this? How do I buy this?
The button says buy.
Oh. Okay. My headset is dying. I'll save money for now. What can you tell me about the peninsula?
What could anyone say? This place doesn't even have a name, unless there's an old book in an archive that no soul knows about. You know what I'd call everything from here to the coast? The hunting ground. He glances at your eyes. But it's not us who hunt. Keep that in heart. But the beasts in all shapes and forms. His words gain confidence slowly, which is strengthened by his deep voice. I've lived in this inn for over 10 years now, and I've only seen a couple of roads, a couple of places. It's just, once you get here, you see how harsh it is to hit the road. You have only more reasons to stay at the warm stove behind a wall, even if it's suffocating. He looks out the windows. I'm sure you've heard a lot already. That the people don't build hamlets anymore. That there are no more ibexes from the south, and the traders stay only for a few days. All of our iron is used for cauldrons, not swords or tools.
I need to go take bro on a walk. Will I find traveling west or the eastern roads rough as I've heard? Into the northern coast.
I only know about another inn. It's far from here, maybe a day on foot. A bit less from the eastern side. His eyes once again focus on the floor. I've never been there, but I've heard it's a safe place, close to villages of fishers and hunters, though I don't know much about them.
What will I find traveling west?
Well, there are hills nearby. Then you'll find a village, maybe an hour away from here. It was destroyed by beasts almost a decade ago. Nothing to see there. The goblins live there now, so most people just travel around it. And they say it's haunted, but who knows? Who cares? He crosses his arms and starts to sway back and forth, gathering his thoughts. You get to a large tree on the edge of the swamp. For the locals, it's sacred. You're not used to hearing someone mention pagans as if it's nothing unusual about them. There's a small path south, which leads to an old mine in the mountains. Nothing to find there. But keep riding north and you'll find Howler's Dell, set at a clean brook. Farmers live there, and mouflons and druids. They'll let you stay for a night, but they're not cheap. If anyone thinks my prices are bad, it means they ain't been to the Ape Ale Inn yet. He lets out a gentle smile.
This is like some of the best world building.
I know. It's so fucking good.
I want to smile at him, but yeah, I'll smile at him.
I know only a bit about the next settlement, Old Pagos. Soil there ain't too fertile, so they work in their quarry and help other settlements build things in exchange for crops. Forests and hills aren't too harsh, but the Seekers have a small monastery nearby in the mountains. I don't care much about them. They keep to themselves, and they don't pay well. The third village is unknown to me. White marshes, set at the bogs. I've heard it smells like a griffin's lair. I've heard a lot of nasty rumors about the place, but I won't share them. I don't want to be a lie spreader. So, 3 villages, really. Howlers, the one near the monastery, whatever it's called, and marshes. Don't let their beds and palisades fool you, though. Weird people live there. Don't tell them more than you need to. You wonder if it's something he would tell other travelers as well.
Eastern roads as rough as I've heard.
Pretty much. Don't leave the main road, I'd say. Not so far from here, you'll find an old dolmen. A few of my people had to spend a night there, and monkeys stole food and gourds from their bags. It was their fault. One of them had fallen asleep in the middle of his watch, but, you know, the eastern forests are wild. The roads are rough. Almost no soul lives there. One day, all these roads will be swallowed by the trees again. The furthest my team has ever gone was the home of the Enchantress. Just stay on track until you reach the crossroads right near an abandoned watchtower. From there, turn east. You'll recognize the place. It's a nice home in a lonely meadow surrounded by a wall. He looks towards the closed window, then at you again. Kind of like our walls, but simpler, without coating. She lives as a hermit, Eudocia. I don't even know how she survives there. But if you don't have the decent coin, you won't find much there. So, back to the crossroads. If you turn left instead, you'll see a road. People stay away from it. It connects the tower and the monastery, a shortcut between the two sides of the peninsula. I was warned by the locals not to use it. It already belongs to the beasts.
That's all I need. That's all I need. I go outside.
Yar. There was one line of dialogue that you didn't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want me to go back in there?
I mean, it's up to you. I just didn't know if you were leaving it intentionally or not.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. What are the armorer?
You walk past the well and find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something can be solved by brute force, this place will find a way to do so. There are two people sitting on a long bench. First one is a male with maybe inch-long hair, a cleanly shaven face, a thin, long yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. He ignores your presence, sewing a gambeson with great concentration. The second person is a boy, maybe 15, who's wearing the crude outfit of a farmer. He glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a lone dagger.
We've got an outbreak.
Oh boy! Which one? Oh yeah, I think he was just saying that even a kid could use the crossbow well. Oh boy, words with friends. The guards. There was also the well. That's real. I did too. Thank you. Oh, it didn't get cast. Yeah. Congratulations, level completed. Hack. I mean, tact. Singular would be fun.
Yar. Hello. Yippee.
Alright. Say greetings. Greetings!
The man raises his head, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. He ain't talking. Tell him what it is you need.
Damn.
The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hands, then looks around, shrugs, and returns to you with a raised eyebrow.
Okay. How many of your services could you patch my clothes if they were torn?
He nods, pointing at the laces in the front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to his shoulders, and then gently spreads and lowers them, as if he's taking off a robe. You follow his command and allow him to properly inspect your gambeson. After a few minutes, he gives it back. He reaches for his pouch, he pulls out one dragon bone, shrugs, then another one, and waves both of them in the air, pursing his lips. He makes a few speech-like noises with his empty mouth, groaning what sounds like, I don't know.
I consider his offer. 1 hour, your jacket will be carefully patched up. Sure. Jacket's as good as this armor could make it. Okay. I look at the youngster learning the trade, I see.
Kind of, he answers reluctantly, but his teacher pats his knee, giving him a harsh look. The kid clears his throat. Yes, but we both ain't masters, you see. There's not a soul to teach us, so once I'm ready, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is boring. The man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. He said safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe.
They're cute.
The man nods. Right.
I'll just leave the shed. Wads.
The woman in yellow armor is kneeling next to a brown, hairy boar which is resting on its side. The beast is not as large as the dark ones from the forest. It responds to the touch of the human's hand and brush with grateful grunting and rapid twitches of a hind hoof. No matter how friendly it appears, it's still tethered to the well, and you have no doubts that its charge would leave Palfrew dead in a breath. When the woman notices you, she steps forward, to the boar's disappointment. So, the new road warden. She points at a window with her chin, forestalling the question. We don't need anything now, but when we travel with our furs, we can use some assistance. She may be around 30, but her warm voice and bright smile are camouflaging the touch of time on her unpowdered face. Like many red-haired people with freckles, her skin is unhealthily pale. The boar runs up to her, observing your boots and fruitlessly sniffing for food beneath the breeding ground. She pats its back, but maintains her focus. How about a game or two? We have a bit of time, and we can talk a bit about this and that. Maybe you'll get a couple of coins. Or lose one. She winks. We could play dice or throw axes at a target.
I want to play some dice.
Your rival, and especially the dragon bone you pull out, are cheerfully welcomed. Two of the guards bring a table from the inn. Another one prepares a couple of stools and chairs. There are also spectators, and you are told that the other hunters are either sleeping or have duty on the tower. Remember, no magic, says one of the players. His face is deadly serious. The game is new to you, but in no way baffling. 4 people can play at once. The wooden dice are long, with only 4 dotted faces. Every time someone wins a round, they get a point, and the person with the most points at the end of the game wins all the coins. As you play, you don't feel like you have much control over the results.
I blend in with the group.
You share casual jokes, memories, and views on luck and optimal strategies. Palfrew and Tullia's camp are also brought up, but when you ask about the roads or the locals, their stories are vague. The drinks are here. It's a poor beer made from the leftovers after the regular brewing. It's cold, sweet, and doesn't reach your head, but you try to avoid the smell. Just don't spill anything. The boar may get sick, says your bold opponent. In just a few minutes, you get 2 points, which are now represented by smooth pebbles. You don't really know how you got them. Either you don't get the strategy, or it's just pure luck.
Let's see how lucky I am.
Your score is second best. Nice one, you hear from a man with a fancily braided beard, who reaches to pick up your dragon bone. As the table and chairs are carried back into the building, the guard in yellow armor looks at you with a smile.
Damn it. Have you ever been at the heart of the woods?
We sometimes hunt south from here. From there. There are good hunting grounds in the western half. Second one is too overgrown. Maybe the soil is different. She shrugs, then moves the hair away from her forehead. But it's a risky spot. There are treants there, and wolves, even the furless ones. If you have to go through the tall grasses, watch out for what's on the ground. There aren't many archers in the trees. She smiles if it's a joke. But there are all too many worms, even larger than a water leech.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what was that? After a brief giggle, her voice gets cold and serious. Nah, Road Warden. We use names and stories among friends.
Oh.
You ain't one. Don't make me tempt curses.
Ah. I was foraging for berries for the innkeep.
She chuckles. So I've heard? Don't worry about it. Usually we forage by ourselves, but he wouldn't ask you for a dragon for a meal. He gives small jobs to people all the time, just to see who agrees to do them. Wants to judge who's of use and who's too proud for their own good.
I have some questions about this place.
Not much to tell, honestly. There are many beasts around, both wild game and dangerous monsters. We spend our time surrounded by these walls, leaving only to hunt, forage, or trade.
Unusual tower, I'd expect it to be closer to the gate and shorter. Any interesting creatures live by? Nearby, your group seems to be quite attached to this boar. What do you usually hunt for? What can I find north from here? Have you heard anything about the necromancers? I want to know about the boar.
Oh, could you not be? She crouches and raises the boar's head, but it steps away and squeals as if someone's murdering it. It came with us from the city, just in case. We had no clue how our first winter would go, so we needed some backup meat. And it works, too. Cleans the dirt. She reaches out to the beast again, but it trots away. The woman straightens up with a pleased sigh. We haven't needed to eat it so far, but it's also funny. I learned in my home village that the farm boars are getting a bit smaller and more cuddly, kind of like ibexes, so it's not such a wild, dangerous beast. But we don't let it get too close to the other animals. Or children.
Unusual tower.
Like in Hovlavan. Fair. But it ain't here to protect the gate. This stronghold was built long before we moved in, and not to fight off humans. The tower was meant to be used by those who observe the deep forest. We look out for fires, dragons, and any winged creatures that are looking to roost on the roof. Baldy, she nods towards a man who, indeed, is completely bald, has a great eye, and sees well even in darkness.
Any interesting creatures?
Ah, here? Everything lives here. She flips her hair. I swear, we saw a few dragons, a unicorn family, a battle between trolls and goblins, fights 2 beastmen, oh, and a gargoyle, and a hunting queen shouts all the time. I could tell you all about them, but I won't. She winks and pats a boar on his head. You know, hunters have their secrets.
What do you usually hunt for?
Anything we can eat or sell. If there's a partridge, a squirrel, or a rat, we don't complain. But when we move as a group, we look for something larger. Deers and aurochs are delicious, but we don't always look for taste alone. There's value in bones, antlers, claws, tusks, things people use to make tools or sculptures. We use some of them to make tools and spears, but you can never have enough spears. She pauses and looks at the strand of her hair, then suddenly speaks up again. And we look for furs, of course.
What can I find north from here?
I'm sorry, but we don't really go to those regions. We stay close to home. Only sometimes move south or west to Howler's Dell, but only to trade. They're fine with buying more than they need, since they didn't take wares to the coast. She takes a long breath, twirling her hair and gathering her thoughts. You know what? I've never even seen a beach. And I've been living here for, how many? More than 10 years now. She giggles. The only part of the sea I've seen was from Old Pagos, which is placed on a hill. I've never put a toe in salt water. She looks towards another huntress who confirms that her experience is the same. But Old Pagos is a good place. As long as you don't mock their order and act nice, they'll also be kind. Boss says they're too serious for him to stand them. At least they don't bite without a reason.
Have you heard anything about the necromancers?
It's something new. Her voice lowers to a whisper. I've never been to White Marshes, but over the years we've seen people moving away from there, south. They told us that the place has changed too much. Priest died, I think, and the new one awakens the dead. Sorry, Red Warden, that's all I know. If she's hiding something, she sounds convincing.
Thanks. Looking for knowledge about wild creatures?
Well, I told you our knowledge is valuable. I don't know. She looks at the boar, which seems to be obsessed with a clump of grass growing next to the wall. 15 dragons, no less.
Oh, shoot, he doesn't consider me a friend. Never mind. I'll walk away. Go to the well.
The recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. One of the guards is enjoying the cold drink he drew with a bucket, and tells you to only use as much water as is necessary. The oak ash soap you own can help you get cleaner.
I wash my shell.
Splashing yourself with cold water from a bucket won't take away your smell, but it's enough to remove the tallow and sweat from your skin, or mud stains from your clothes.
I step away.
Go talk to the huntress one more time.
The guards?
Yeah, okay.
Did you see what you needed to see?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I just travel out? Can I?
Tell you what, go to the innkeep one more time.
Okay.
Ask about someone. You can type yellow armor. Delete. Why do you ask? I've known her since she was a girl, so you better not bother her. If you're looking for a master of the crossbow, she's an obvious pick.
Ooh. Oh my god.
It's just a boar. He glances at you without understanding. It eats whatever it can find, and since Delete wants it to stay with us, all it's good for is dropping manure. But even that's shitty. He hesitates, and by that I mean it's not as good as mouflons. We use it as bait behind the wall.
Should I go talk to Delete
Yeah.
again? Okay.
Oh! She giggles to cover her confusion. Are you asking me out? I ain't interested in any silliness. She brushes away the hair from her forehead. The tangled chaos all over her scalp cares not for her efforts. Well, yeah, half my life ago I was living on crops, but I bet I've shot down more monsters than you've broken eggs. Are you much of a fighter? Many more eyes turn towards you.
Don't have to fight, or I don't fight when I don't have to. Hard to say. I'd rather have a friendly blades on my side. If you live as a traveler, you face enemies, not really an option. I'd fight to protect others, that's my job, but that's something pleasing. There's something pleasing in Triumph. You live as a traveler, you face enemies, not really an option.
While Delete pats the boar, the guards get back to their own affairs. I guess, but there's always an option. To stop the journey, one should always look for a new home.
Since I know her name, will she consider me a friend?
Well, depending on the friend. She gives you a radiant smile. Let's say 14. If it's too much for you, maybe ask me after you've spent some time around. Show us what you're capable of. Or play dice with us when you have an hour to spare. These folks here... She starts to whisper and points her thumb at the guards behind. They crave gossip.
14 is crazy, bruh. Okay.
Valuable info.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it quitsies here because I'm getting hungry and my headset's like screaming and crying, so.
Real.
But very interesting game with fantastic world building, and I'm gonna start calling my body shell because that kind of is hard.
Right. Bro, every time I get in the shower, I'm like, oh man, time to wash my shell.
Yup. That's funny. I feel like I've heard you say shell recently, and I was like, That's weird, but I didn't question it.
I wouldn't be surprised if I did.
Yeah. 10 hours, 45 minutes before dusk. That's so cool. I really like this system.
Yup.
We'll stop
so
even
good.
a life-threatening strike. Let's go! Alright. I don't even want to say goodbye. This game's really fucking cool.
Well,
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Yeah,
And
my
thank you.
throat is tired.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I was gonna say thank you for reading like everything. Maybe next time I'll just like, if there's a lot of dialogue on one page, I'll just read the in between. You can do the silly voices because I can't do no accents. I just can't. If it's not like a grumpy old woman or a country thing, I can't do it.
I mean, I will keep reading for as long as I have to.
Yeah, it's up to you, fam. But
'Cause
don't
I
want
like
you waking
hearing
up
my-
with a sore throat in it. And but holy shit, like actually get on some kind of like what's it called, voiceover audiobook thing. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna find somebody to raid.
Who's around tonight?
That one person's still playing Road Warden.
No.
Man,
Just me.
man,
Man.
man.
I know too many people now. It's kind of annoying me. Like, I never know who to fucking raid anymore. Shoot. Guess I'll drop y'all on an artiste who's doing Trad Art Tuesday, because I took a little peek and it looks like they're painting over a license plate, and I want to go watch that. So y'all gonna watch it with me.
Let's see here.
Let's say yeah.
Let's see here. Let's get your stream going in it.
thanks for hanging out.
We gotta get back to Road Warden soon because it's very interesting, but also Thief, because Thief is very interesting, and there's too many games I gotta play, and now there's Atlas. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start trying to do schedule posts again, and maybe not schedule posts, but I'll just use the Discord event tab feature thing, because that's seems easier, especially when I have to change schedule times so much, and it's already like a time zone translated and all that nice stuff, so whatever. Whatever. And apologies for not streaming lately. Movie schedule's been a little funky, and I've been going through the flare for like a whole fucking week now, so whatever. Whatever! I'll see y'all over in Attack Rack stream. I hope y'all take care, eat your food, stretch, all that good shit. I'll see you soon. Happy December. Any parting words?
I mean, I was gonna say that even though this game takes place in summer, it definitely feels like a December game.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, no words.
Alright. Bye!
Why?